What is up, fellow dropshippers? Paul J. Lipsky here, back with another Q&A, live Q&A, all about eBay and Amazon dropshipping. So if you guys have any questions that you need answered about eBay and Amazon dropshipping, this is a live stream for you. If you're joining me live, make sure to ask your question in the live chat, which is either on the side of the screen or underneath, or if you're on your phone, it's just on top of everything. And if you're watching this on replay, ask your question in the comment section of any of my videos, and I'll take a screenshot of it and throw it up on the screen and answer it for you during my next live Q&A. So before we get into the live questions, I wanted to give a few shout outs to some of my students who are absolutely crushing it right now. I have Angie here. She posted this in our private Facebook group that's just for members of the eBay Dropshipping Titans course. She's just reached 400 feedback. She is super proud of herself. She should be, because she's just doing this with her spare time. So congratulations, Angie. We also have Arthur here, who's just hit $15,000 in sales in the past 30 days. We also have Joe here, just crossed $56,000 in sales. Also Jordan, brand new to the course, to the program, and is already hitting $9,000 in sales. We have Lawrence here. You can see the before on the right and after on the left. Absolutely crushing it right now. Lawrence, you should be really proud of yourself. And we have Mohammed, who's giving me monthly updates, like weekly updates. Just crossed over $100,000 in sales. That's not the right screenshot. This one shows 92,000, but he's now over 100,000. And this is another one of my students who just sent this to me in a message, $85,000 in sales. So congratulations to all my students who are absolutely crushing it right now. Congratulations, everyone. And I wanted to give you guys the latest news, which is that if you haven't heard, this week, April 23rd and 24th, is the Work From Home Summit. It is a live 2-day jam-packed event. If you haven't heard of it yet, you have to sign up for it because it is completely free. So just come to summit.dropshippingtitans.com, where that link will be underneath this video, the first link. And we have 2 full days of training led by experts. We have all these experts. We are proud to announce we just added another one, just try to squeeze in some more value for you guys. So we have Avery Martin, aka Romer the Roamer, talking about flipping textbooks online, how to make thousands of dollars doing that. He's making a lot of money just reselling textbooks online. So these are all different ways to make money online, not just dropshipping. I know you guys follow me because I talk about dropshipping, so we will have a whole panel Friday morning devoted specifically to eBay dropshipping, and I have a really powerful presentation on Thursday night talking about Amazon dropshipping, and we also have Shopify dropshipping, but we have all different niches for you to learn about, and this event is completely free. All you have to do is register, show up for all the different events, or whichever ones you want to show up for, learn about this for free, and I'll see you guys there on the 23rd and 24th. Again, the link is the first link in the description of this video. All right, here in the live chat, we have Keenan here with the first comment. So congratulations, man. Should I drop ship face masks? No, you shouldn't, because eBay won't let you do it. 2, on Amazon, you probably can't find them to drop ship. Now you probably could find them more easily than in the past, because not only are people in the past were just buying up like the N95 masks, but now with the new CDC recommendation that you wear any sort of face protection when you go outside, there will be more available for sale, like let's say on Etsy, for instance. So you could potentially drop ship those onto Amazon, but just be careful. You don't want to get in trouble with price gouging. Hey, what's up, Zane? How you doing? It's great seeing you yesterday in Carter's live stream. I was a guest there. He interviewed me. Islander says second. Not quite, man, but you came in 4th here today. What's up, Jaxlyn and Tariq? Adam, thanks for coming back. Or Tem. What are my thoughts on AutoDS versus SKUGrid? Positives and negatives. Thanks for all the information you pass along to us. Jameson, okay, so AutoDS and SKUGrid are both 2 different software that you can use to help you automate your dropshipping business on eBay. So it will help you quickly list items and will reprice those items. There are a lot of differences between the two. What the benefits of SKUGrid is it works with a lot more suppliers than AutoDS does, but I'm a huge fan of AutoDS. That's the one I use because I just really like their user interface. I find it really easy to use, especially for beginners. I just find it a lot easier to use now. If you want to use a whole huge variety of suppliers, then SKUGrid has that availability. But for me, I would rather the software work really, really well with the few suppliers that I use. So that's why I use AutoDS and recommend it. Hey, Paul, what more can I say? But thank you for a great course. It has been nonstop. Congratulations, Aaron. Do you recommend wholesale dropshipping or just dropshipping retail? So I think that as a base, you should do retail dropshipping. It is much easier to get started with retail dropshipping than it is with wholesale dropshipping. So as a foundation, I would do retail dropshipping. Now, on top of that, you can add in wholesale suppliers later. But what I found is that it's harder, in my experience, in trying to work with wholesale suppliers, it's harder to scale it up than it is with retail, and it requires more work. So I think it's better to have, if you want to go the wholesale route, is to start with the foundation of retail drop shipping and then build on top of it some wholesalers as you find them. Stephen D says, what's the best way to allow your virtual assistant to do order fulfillment without them having your credit card information? So Stephen D, for those of you who don't know, VA stands for virtual assistant. So virtual assistants are independent contractors that we hire to help us run our online businesses. In our cases, our dropshipping businesses. Now, this is one of the really cool things about dropshipping is that because it's all remote, because it's all done online, we can hire people from anywhere in the world to help us. They don't have to be at our physical location. So I hire these virtual assistants from the Philippines. They're independent contractors. They can run my entire business basically for me. So how do I actually have them fulfill orders without giving them credit card information? Well, there's a few ways. First of all, if you're using different websites like Walmart to dropship from, your credit card information will be stored on those websites, so you don't actually have to give them access to the credit card number. And even if they log into your Walmart account, which they will have to do to fulfill the order, they won't be able to see the credit card number. Now, another alternative is you can buy gift cards. So this is what we do for Home Depot. We buy gift cards and I give those gift cards to the virtual assistants and they use those to fulfill those orders. And yes, I do keep track of how much money is being spent on the gift card so that I can be sure that they're not like using the gift card for something else. But it's not really a concern for me because I know that for them to order something from Home Depot and have it shipped to the Philippines, it's not allowed. It's not going to happen. So that's not something I'm even really all that concerned about. There are other ways you can do it. You can get like virtual credit cards that has a daily spending limit on it, and so you can give them that virtual credit card number. And at the end of the day, you can kind of check the charges, make sure they make sense, and at the very worst, what's going to happen is they're only going to spend up the amount of the limit for that day. And then you'll catch it and you can stop it from happening again by firing them and deleting that virtual credit card. But I've never seen that to be an issue. There are lots of ways to protect your account. The first two are really the best ones. Have the credit cards on file with your supplier and also give them or give them gift cards. What is up, Hussam? And what is up, Lazy Abram? Thanks for being back. What is up, Albert from El Paso, Texas? Okay. Hello from Fort Myers. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find a good question here. Okay, so let me pop up one of the questions that somebody asked me this week. So we have this question from BR Andy. Paul, I'm interested in your opinion. Should I start with eBay or Amazon in the beginning? I have a professional account with Amazon that I will do a little FBA soon, but hearing more of what sounds like I should start the actual dropshipping with eBay to get my feet wet. Any insight would be greatly appreciated. So yes, I really recommend that you start with eBay. It is much simpler to get started. There's a lower barrier to entry in terms of the fact that eBay is very forgiving. You can make mistakes on eBay and be okay for a while and easily recover from those mistakes. That's harder to do on Amazon. You can also easily create a new eBay account, and that's harder to do on Amazon as well. So for beginners, I definitely recommend you start with eBay dropshipping. Even if you're just in general looking to resell online, I would look at doing eBay first. It's a little bit easier and a little bit more simpler than it is on Amazon. So you can definitely sort of graduate to Amazon later, but eBay is really the place that you should start. Now, if you really want a more personalized answer, the second link in the description of this video is a free quiz that you can take that will answer the question for you, which is the best online business for you to start in 2020. Go through the questions and it'll spit out a personalized result for you based on your current situation and where you are. Is it a good time to get into dropshipping right now, says Eduardo. Yes, I really believe that it is. And the reason for that is because we are seeing online sales recently skyrocket. Everyone is stuck at home. They're not going out to stores to shop. So where are they doing all their shopping? They're shopping online. And us dropshippers, we're getting a piece of that. So I showed you all these. Oh, that's the summit if you want to go to. These are all the student results. I showed you these, right? And these people are doing really, really well right now because everyone is shopping online. We're seeing just insane growth right now, insane numbers right now. This is like better than Christmas, better than any 30-day period we've had before. And the reason for that is because everyone is shopping online. And we're getting a piece of that as drop shippers. So this is definitely a good time. And the other really cool part about that is that this really shows us how much further the internet has to go, because we were already seeing before what's happening in the world right now. We were already seeing more and more people shopping online, but this situation has really highlighted for us how much further online commerce has to go and what it would look like if everyone was shopping online and not just a lot of the people. And it's just completely insane to see the kinds of numbers that we're seeing. It's really, really cool. So yes, now is definitely a really good time to start dropshipping or any online business, which is really what the online summit is all about, because all of us experts that I showed you on that sale, on the landing page for the summit, we all see this. We all see the huge potential that exists right now. We've been seeing it for years, and it's just been accelerated over the past month. And we all have seen that this is an excellent time to be in online sales or making money online in general. I mean, even something like a YouTube channel, which Steve Rakin is going to be talking about, is doing really well right now because everyone is stuck at home. What are they doing? They're watching more YouTube videos, which means more YouTube revenue for YouTube creators. So definitely a really good time to learn how to make money online. Are there any specific items to dropship with everything going on? Yes, I've covered that in some videos, but if you come to the summit, I will be revealing a lot of those products. Specifically, during the Amazon presentation, what I'm going to talk about there also applies to eBay. So if you're looking to dropship on eBay, I would recommend actually coming to both my talks, the Amazon one on Thursday night and the eBay one on Friday morning, because on Thursday night, even though it will be sort of geared towards Amazon, I will be talking, I'm actually going to change the title of this. I will be talking more specifically about how to follow trends on for drop shipping, and those trends also apply to eBay as well. And that's really, really relevant right now. So even if you don't plan to sell on Amazon, I would still watch that presentation because I will cover how to follow and latch onto those trends. And then you can watch my presentation on Friday about eBay drop shipping and learn how to apply it to eBay. All right. Miro says, hey, Paul, I'm satisfied with your course. Thank you. I'm still figuring out some stuff, but getting sales. My question is, do we need to get sales tax permit before we establish nexus in a state? So you generally will, it's a little bit complicated to answer, but generally you don't get a sales tax permit until you establish nexus in that state. And for a lot of the states, you don't even need to get the permit if eBay and Amazon are handling the sales tax for you. So I hope you have enough information from the course to understand my answer. If you don't, ask your question inside the private Facebook group, and we'll kind of go back and forth, and we'll hash out exactly what your question is. Because if that didn't answer it, then I'm not quite clear what your question is. Let's say if I do around 300,000 in sales, how much of that is net profit? Thanks for being the best. I appreciate you. So that would be about 10% of that is generally what we see at that sort of volume. If I drop ship from Walmart, do I have to make sure it's sent by Walmart, or can I use any retailer I want? Great question, Gaston. So let's say you went on Walmart and you found an item that you want to drop ship from Walmart onto eBay. And let's say it's this pen or a box of pens, okay? Now, let's say when the person actually purchases the item from you on eBay, do you have to buy that item from Walmart, or can you buy that box of pens from another website? And the answer is you can buy the box of pens from any website you want, as long as it's the right box of pens. So let's say Walmart's selling it for, let's say $20. But let's say you see it on, I don't know, like who else would be selling pens? Let's say you're seeing on Home Depot for $10. Well, then buy from Home Depot. It's cheaper on Home Depot than it is on Walmart. So yeah, wherever you can find it, you can. What I would recommend is coming to my talk during the summit. It's on Friday this week. Again, so that one's on Friday morning, April 24th, because I will be talking about exactly how to do that. There it is right there. All right, Albert says, hey, Paul, thanks for coming live again. My pleasure. I placed an order on Lowe's on April 8th, but they haven't even shipped the item. Should I cancel and reorder, or should I ultimately cancel my listing? Ugh. Lowe's, yeah. You really got to stay on top of Lowe's. So Lowe's is a pretty good website to drop ship from. Not as good as it used to be, but it's still okay. But they have so many problems with their website and with their customer service, and this is one of them. You have to stay on top of them, because they'll forget to ship items out, and you actually have to call them and say, hey, where's my item? So just to give you like context on this, a number of years ago, I used to use Lowe's heavily. And when I did, I actually hired one VA whose job it was all day just to call Lowe's and follow up on missing orders to figure out what was going on with them. That was his only job. So he would call Lowe's and be like, where's this item? Then call them and be like, where's this item? Where's this item? Where's this item? And that might sound insane to you, but at the time it was worth it. We were making enough money with them, so that was actually worth it. But yeah, you got to stay on top of it, because they are notorious for not shipping out their items. And the reason for that is, I think, because unlike a lot of other e-commerce websites, they don't have centralized warehouses, as far as I know. They actually, when you order an item from their website, let's say it's like a hammer, they will actually ship it out from an individual store that's near where the buyer lives. So it's very unorganized. It's not very centralized. And I think that's their biggest problem. Some of the stores are really on top of it. Other stores are not. And it's kind of a mess. So Lowe's, unless you're really willing to work with them, not the best supplier. So actually, to answer your question, call them up, ask them what's going on. Chances are they just forgot to ship it out. Does AutoDS actually place orders for you? Asks Fade with a really cool avatar there. Or do you have to manually buy the item and enter the customer's shipping address once it's sold? So for most suppliers, you have to do it manually or semi-manually, which I'll get to in a minute. But if you're drop shipping from Amazon or AliExpress, AutoDS does have the functionality to auto place those orders for you. Now, I said semi-automatic because AutoDS has a function built in where you go to the orders on AutoDS, because the orders will be pulled in there, and you see, okay, this is one of the orders. You press a button that will copy the address to a Chrome extension. And then when you go to check out on that website, let's say it's Home Depot, and you get to the screen where it asks you to enter the shipping address, you just click another button that will then paste the address into the shipping address, and then you don't have to manually copy and paste it over. So it does save you a lot of time. And by the way, guys, if you're getting some value out of this video, consider hitting that like button down below. I would really appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Canada? All right, guys, you don't have to ask the same question like 6 times, especially when I already answered it. So I know I'm behind in the comments, but I will get to your question eventually. Okay, Johnny says, will there be a replay of the summit if we miss one of the speakers? Yes. So the summit is Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and 24th. And after that, the replays will be available through the end of the weekend, and then the replays are probably going to come down at that point. But it's better to come live also because you can actually chat during the live streams and ask questions. And so you want to make sure that you are there to actually be able to ask those questions. Okay. Amber says you should definitely get into it now. Okay. Okay, let me jump into some of the questions I had saved up from the week. Hey, Paul, can I have one PayPal account with 2 eBay accounts? Yes, that's absolutely fine. You can have multiple eBay accounts attached to one PayPal account. Now, if one of your eBay accounts gets suspended permanently, then any account that you open under that same PayPal account, if you don't do it correctly, that can link them up so that any new eBay account you create will also get suspended for being linked to a suspended account. But if you're not suspended, that's not an issue. How are you shipping items out during this time? Are you going to the post office every day, or will they come to your house to pick up packages? If so, how often do they come to your house? It says Jolly Sugar Socks. So this is one of the beautiful things about drop shipping is that I can do it from my couch. I never have to leave my home. Drop shipping is a model where we are selling physical products online, but we don't hold any inventory. Once the item sells, we buy it from another retail website and have the item shipped directly to the customers. So we can do that from our couch. We don't have to actually go out to the post office to do that. So that's the way we've always done it, and that's the way we're continuing to do it right now in the current situation. Hey, Paul, did you upgrade the RV, or are you just much more spacious looking on the inside? So yeah, as I mentioned during the last answer, you can do this from anywhere. So I actually travel around full time in a camper van. It's an RV. And so normally a lot of my videos are inside the van, but with everything going on, we decided to rent an Airbnb for a couple weeks, especially because of the summit. I wanted to make sure I had really solid internet connection, was totally focused for the days leading up to it and the days of the summit as well. So we are currently inside an Airbnb for a couple weeks, and that's what we're doing right now. Okay. Does eBay hold your money after you start to make sales? So DP is a good question. So when you first start selling on eBay, PayPal is going to hold your funds until you upload a tracking number that shows that the item has been delivered. Now, they only do that for the first 1 to 3 months. After you make enough sales, they'll stop holding your money. So you get a sale, you get money into your PayPal account, and you get immediate access to that money. So yeah, they will stop doing that after either 3 months or a certain amount that you sell on there. Yeah, what's up, Omar? It says, hey, Paul, purchased your course a couple of days ago. Very good info and to the point. Can't wait to get my first sale. Congrats, Omar, and welcome. Okay. Hey, Paul, you're live. Yeah, we're here. All right. Mo says, hey, Paul, do we really need an LLC to start dropshipping on eBay? If no, what would the tax process be? Do we get a 1099 form? So you do not need an LLC to start selling on eBay. An LLC is a legal entity. It's a business entity, and people set them up to limit their liability. It's called a limited liability company. So it's designed to shelter your personal assets and keep them separate from your business assets. So there are legal reasons you would want to set up an LLC and potentially tax savings as well down the line. But most people set them up in the beginning to have that legal protection just in the off chance that their business gets sued. So that would be an advisable reason to start an LLC. But I did not start one when I started my eBay business. I sold for about 7 or 8 months before I set up my LLC and then transferred everything over to that. Now, regardless of whether you are an LLC or a sole proprietor, which means you don't have one, or a corporation, anyone selling on eBay will get a 1099 from PayPal at the end of the year. So regardless, you're going to get that. And now as for the exact tax implications, that's something you should speak to a tax attorney or CPA about. How will I know if a supplier on Amazon will give me the tracking number quickly? I assume you're drop shipping from Amazon to eBay. So what you need to do is see when the item, so Amazon will tell you when the item has guaranteed delivery. So if the item is guaranteed to be delivered in 2 to 3 days, which we get a lot of on Amazon, then you can expect to get the tracking number quickly. So you'll get it in less than 3 days if it's going to be delivered in 3 days. But always check. I mean, currently right now, a lot of items on Amazon have longer handling times. So their delivery days much further out. So just keep a lookout for that. Okay. Okay. Hello, I just placed an order, fulfilled an order, a drop shipping order. I set the shipping address to the customer's address and the billing address to mine. Was that correct? And will the customer be able to see my information? So that was correct. That's the way you want to do it. Will the customer be able to see your information? Probably not, but it depends on the supplier. Most suppliers, no, they will not be able to see that information. The only real exception I know about is, again, Lowe's. When you drop ship from Lowe's, the customer will be able to see on an invoice in the box. I think it's just on the invoice has your name and it has your phone number as well. So that information will appear on the invoice in the box. Lowe's is, again, that's one of the other problems with Lowe's, kind of an exception here. Okay. I really like the Amazon platform. Do I have to start on eBay? No. If you're familiar with Amazon and you love them, then go for it. I mean, drop ship from Amazon, that's totally fine for you to do. I expressed before my reasons why I think eBay is better to start with, but every case is different. If you're more comfortable with Amazon already, then go for it. Let's see. What's up, Barney? Thanks for being here again. How much info you have in your course? How much? I have a lot. I mean, there's a lot in the course. I'm always adding stuff to it. Just earlier today, I was recording a new video for it, just kind of add in there. I thought it would be helpful for people. That won't be available for a couple weeks because it's more of a long-term video that's based on results. So it's going to take a few weeks to actually put it together. But yeah, I'm always adding content, always updating content. After the summit's over with, I have a list of things that I want to add to both my eBay course and my Amazon course. Even though I just updated the eBay course, I thought of some other great things to add, so I'll be adding those. Yeah, always updating it and adding stuff. Tony says, I'm getting orders where the payment hasn't been received yet. You didn't talk about that in your Dropshipping Titans course. So Tony, I didn't talk about that because in the course, I describe how to avoid that from happening. So that's my recommendation, is that you avoid it from happening altogether. So inside the videos in the course about your business policies and site preferences, I would rewatch those and make sure your site preferences and business policies match mine, because if they do, then you won't be getting those orders where the payments haven't been received. So go ahead and check those out again and make sure they match up exactly with mine. Okay, I know I said this before, and I don't mean to be like the bad guy here, but if you're asking the same question like 12 times in the chat, I'm gonna start ignoring it because you're just kind of cluttering up the chat. I'm not trying to be a bad guy here. I'm just trying to make this a good experience for everyone, and asking the same question multiple times isn't going to help me, isn't going to make me answer the question more. Okay. And that wasn't towards Tony. That wasn't towards you. That was towards someone else. Just so you know. Can you still dropship? Can you still dropship from Amazon to eBay still? Technically, you can. There's nothing wrong with it. To my students, I've recommended that we stop doing it for a number of reasons, but it really depends on your risk tolerance. But for general, most people, I would say avoid it as beginner. There's much better suppliers to use. Okay, I'm not going to ask that. Hey, Paul, what do I do when I've gotten many sales on eBay, but PayPal's holding my funds? So I mentioned that in the beginning, how they're going to do that when you first start selling. So what you want to do is actually use a credit card when you start, and use that credit card to fulfill the orders. Get the tracking numbers and then upload the tracking numbers to eBay. That will automatically send them to PayPal. And then PayPal will release that money to you. Once they release that money to you, you can then use that money to pay off your credit card. Okay, so let me go into these right here. Okay, we answered that one. Okay, so that's with a funny comment. I made a video a while back about how buyers scam sellers on eBay. And this person left this comment saying, sellers can also scam buyers by not adding a tracking number, so there's no proof the item has been shipped. But that's not true. If you buy something on eBay and you don't get the item and there's no tracking number for that item, then you can just open up a case with eBay and eBay will decide the case in your favor. This is why it's really important for us as sellers to make sure that all of our orders have tracking numbers on them. It's really, really important. eBay wants those tracking numbers, so make sure that they're uploaded for all your orders. It's the number one reason why I see accounts getting suspended. They don't have tracking numbers uploaded for all or most of their orders. Is there a schedule of all the speakers somewhere? Yes. So if you just come to summit.dropshippingtitans.com, this is the schedule right here. Or once you register inside, let me go to the other one. Hold on a second. Inside, the schedule is also inside. You can see it there. Okay. More student results. Okay, Michael Green says, do I have to have good credit card to dropship on eBay? Do I have to have money set aside to start eBay outside the fee for the Titans program? Okay, so like I mentioned before, a decent credit card in the beginning is great because then you can use that to fulfill the orders until PayPal releases the money to you. So even if you have $500,000 or like $5,000 on a credit card, a credit limit available, that should be good enough to dropship in the beginning, depending on how quickly that you scale. Should be fine. And money set aside. The only other real cost is, you have to sign up for an eBay store subscription and sign up for AutoDS. It's going to cost you less than $50 a month for all of that. I'm interested in starting dropshipping using AutoDS, but I have an account already on eBay with used items. Do I need a new account? You can technically use the same account, but it's for organization purposes, it's generally a lot easier to start a new eBay account. And that's generally what I recommend people to do. Unless they already have an eBay account that they're not using anymore, then you can use that one. Pretty impressive, TJ. Says, hey, Paul, just tuned in. Hope everything is going great. The buying trend continues. Sold over 50K so far in April. It's only the 21st, by the way. Not bad for 2 to 3 hours per day. Not bad at all, man. Congratulations. Good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well since we met up in Florida. And yeah, congratulations. Oh, thanks, man. I learned so many things, so many things like tricks and tips and tricks from your YouTube videos. Thank you so much. The reason why I highly recommend your channel for newbies is because your simple English pronunciation. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I try to make the videos as accessible as I can to people and don't use some highfalutin, crazy, big words that I don't know anyway. Okay. So I think we have where'd it go? I lost it. Good comment here. No, I lost it. Cool. All right. Next question. That was the last one I have saved up, but we'll still continue the ones in a live chat. Okay, so this is a really great comment from Rebecca Adams. I made a video recently about eBay's managed payment system and how there's still a lot of questions about it. Rebecca's been using managed payments. She says it was a learning curve at first, but she really likes it now. There are some things to work out in the system to smooth it out. I just recently have been able to purchase shipping labels now with pending payout money. So that was an issue in the past. It is not an easy adjustment, I won't lie about that, because PayPal was so easy and we were used to it, and change is hard. You just have to stay with it and it will work out. eBay really wants us to make this a good system for all of us to use. So thank you, Rebecca, for that insight. We really appreciate it because a lot of people have been getting questions about managed payments and how it's going to work for sellers. So that inside information is really valuable. Thank you. How to boost sales. Number one most important thing to get better sales on eBay or Amazon is to make sure you're listing the right products. It's all about product research. This is why, like, for my new students in my course, I tell them that the only thing they really have to master is the product research. Everything else in the course just kind of falls into place. They get their store set up, just follow along with what I do, what I teach, fulfilling orders. Pretty simple when you follow the course. But it's the product research that's really what you have to practice and nail down because it makes the biggest difference. You want to check to see that the items that you're listing are already selling well on the platform that you're selling on. Now, right now in the current situation with the way that the world is, there is a huge opportunity for us, which is why on Thursday night, my presentation about Amazon dropshipping, I'm really going to be talking a lot about trends and how to make money right now during the outbreak and while everyone's stuck at home. That's going to be applicable to both eBay and Amazon. So even though it's a talk about Amazon, I'm going to be talking about trends and how you can apply them on Amazon, but you can apply the same thing on eBay. So I highly recommend you watch the talk I'm giving live on Thursday night and check that out. You'll find it really, really helpful right now. Okay. Let me see. Can I open a new eBay account, same bank or PayPal? You can use the same PayPal account, yes. Hey, Paul, if some of these questions have been answered already, may you just need to mention that you have already answered the question and please watch the replay. I think that's more appropriate. I feel like that's a comment on something I said maybe. So if I wasn't saying that, what I was trying to say is that if one person asks the same question over and over and over and over again in the chat, I'm going to ignore that. But if you're asking a question that I've already answered before, then I usually will point you in the right direction to the right video. And Maggie, that wasn't pointed at you. There's one person in the chat who was just bombarding the chat with the same question over and over again. So, okay. All right, so we're coming up on the 45-minute mark, which is probably when I'm going to end this video. So if you guys have enjoyed the content, if I answered some questions that you had, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button down below and make sure to check out all the links in the description of this video. I have the link to the free online summit where you can learn from 11 different experts. Oh, how many is it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 12, 13, yeah, something like that. 12 experts on different ways to make money online. So you should definitely come to it. It's free. I also have a free quiz in there if you want to learn which online business is the best one for you, and some free videos if you're looking to get started on eBay or Amazon dropshipping. Thanks to everyone who asked the questions during the live stream. If you want to make sure you don't miss the next live stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also hit that little bell notification. Do it from your phone so you get an alert on your phone when you go live, when I go live rather, so that you don't miss out on it, because I do tend to go live on a different day and time every single week. But generally, we're looking at Tuesday nights around 4 p.m. Eastern time if all things work out the way they're supposed to. All right, thanks so much, everyone, and I will see you at the summit. Bye for now.